Holy folks,
The sweep
what we
of the
witnessed
century.
last night is the sweep of the century. Finally, Janny Gator has met his equal to wield the golden broomstick. Had I have watched and clipped this stream with Chrissie, Mayr, and Melanie Mack before the promo today, the entire promo would have been motherfucking Chrissie Mayr to hell. This bitch is the most disingenuous, bad faith janitor. I see nothing. I know nothing. I hear nothing.
So
I don't know
she
anything.
sees.
It's obvious. This has been trending for a month straight. Every day on Twitter, every content creator in her space. Let's not forget, she's a panelist on Friday Night Tights.
Yeah.
Every single member of the Friday Night Tights panel has come out against Jeremy Hambly. So there's no way she's ignorant to this fucking shit. It was fucking shameful what I just witnessed in the past few hours, clipping up that fucking stream. She wouldn't even let Melanie Mack answer the questions. For somebody who apparently knew nothing about what was going on, she was super eager to jump in front of the bullets, jump in front of the slings and arrows for Melanie Mack, and bail her out of every tight spot, every tough question, every super chat, as her entire chat was calling her out for being a cunt and a fraud and a lying phony sack of shit. Some free speech warrior we're dealing with here, folks. Oh, I'm a comedian. I'm a truth teller. I'm edgy. I'm canceled. Shut the up. And we all know why. Yeah. The answer lies in the very description of the live stream. Every live stream, every video. Her top sponsor, you want to take a wild guess who Chrissie Mayr, who steals Christmas presents from children's top sponsor is? Coffee Brand Coffee, folks. And she sat up there and, and she just was like holding the Bible high and high as she lied and lied. Using this Catholic, she became Catholic yesterday. She's Catholic. She's Christian. She has this brand new fancy Bible that's never been opened a single time. The pages aren't weathered at all. Brand new. And she's telling us about the Bible. She's telling us about Christianity. And then tonight, do you know what Chrissie Mayr is doing with her platform? She's bringing on a porn star. And not just any porn star, but a porn star that does BBC interracial cuckold pornography and female to male transgender threesomes. This is our innocent child of God, Chrissie Mayr, who now is locking it down, making it subscribers only in her chat with a waiting period because she doesn't want anybody to question any of this. And I'm just getting sick and tired of these people insulting our intelligence and pretending like nobody has seen what we've all seen. June the King's documentary in one day is over 300,000 views. We all know what the truth is. You won't gaslight us. But they pretend that the DMs between Melanie Mack and Stutter and Craig don't exist. Melanie's, I don't know what the oranges are. In the DMs with Craig directly, he told you about the stolen shorts that Jer is doing. And he linked you to his content, but you're going to sit there and tell us how Christian you are and how righteous you are. Well, you tell verifiable lies about stuttering Craig, and then you pretend, I don't monitor what anybody else does. I stay in my lane. Well, that wasn't the case when you were in Craig's DMs talking about Smash JT and how he shouldn't be platformed, you dirty snake hag. I'm so sick of this shit. And it's like they believe, by the way, that they have the high ground in terms of platform and viewership where they can gatekeep everything. They can silo everything. They're the people who decide who gets put on. They're the people who decide who gets platform. They're the people who get to decide what the truth is because they're the anointed, conservative, truth seekers. And they tried to say last night that all of us are woke leftists. This is the level of gaslighting that we're on, where Andy Raceworski and PPP, who bake swastika cookies, are f***ing woke leftists. I will not... This is outrageous, sweeping.
Like, look, if you're going to call us assholes or liars, that's like one type of angle. To say woke leftist, we are edgier than your conservative show, first of all. We say
I'm sorry. When you platform cuckold porn stars and suckers who eat male to female fake neo-vagina on Pornhub, and it's there for anybody to see when they Google search your guest as one of the first results, don't come at me about Jesus. Shut the up. Leave the Lord's name out of your mouth. Stop it. This is ridiculous. I've had enough. Of this shit.
Fucking gay,
they piss on our hands and tell us that it's raining. They tell us there's nothing to see here. Jeremy did no wrong. It's all lies. When asked for a specific lie that was told about Jeremy Hambly, Melanie Mack couldn't do it because she knows that there are no lies involved in this, that the truth is against them, and they won't engage in any way. And we know from behind the scenes what went on now with Brittany Venti last night, where Brittany Venti was demanding to go on. She was calling Chrissie Mayr, texting Chrissie Mayr, and this wouldn't put her on and pretended like she didn't see the fucking messages in order to protect Melanie Mack and Jeremy Hambly because she's bought and paid for.
But and she's clearly looking at her phone, by the way. She's looking down.
The only people, by the way, who are on this fat poopy pants cock side are people who are paid. That's it. It's all paid shills. Hannah Claire Brimelow, paid shill. Melanie Mack, paid fucking shill. Chrissie Mayr, paid shill. They're all on the fucking payroll, and it's transparent what's going on. And I've had enough. I've had it up to here. It's fucking bullshit. Chrissie, it's fucking on. It's on. I know what you're doing. And then she gets on here today. Oh, can somebody tell me what the oranges are? 1 million suckers in chat last night told Chrissie Mayr what the oranges are. What are we doing?
Content. And by the way, Chrissie, how the are you a comedian who works for Anthony Cumia, who was fired from Sirius XM and made a huge deal and created his own company that you worked for to prevent cancellations, now supporting us being canceled by a conservative? Seriously.
Well, now Chrissie has delayed her live stream by an hour.
Bullshit.
And Jeremy Hambly has gone live as well to try and divide. Well, he's trying to take the heat off Chrissie Mayr. It's obvious. It's obvious what's happening. The collusion, the open conspiracy of it all is completely insane. No one will honestly address this. Hannah Claire won't talk about it. Melanie won't honestly talk about it. Jeremy won't honestly engage and talk about it. He talks a big game on Twitter while he's drunk. I'm going to debate Keno Casino. I'm going to debate Yellow Flash. I'll debate Bearing. I'll debate all these guys. And then when it's scheduled, when push comes to shove, this bitch is the out because he's a cuckold who watches his wife get by a Jew bull in the corner.
Yeah.
And that's the truth about it. Adam Sellers, his wife, and he's upset that people know the truth, that he poops his pants, that he's a cuckold, that he's a flagger, that he's a soy-filled little and he won't actually engage on the substance of any of this. Melanie Mack is on there pretending that the controversy, how she originally tried to deflect this, is insane.
I can't wait to watch this.
She said that the reason why people are going after Jeremy is because he doesn't play video games with puzzles in them. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
that's what she tried to pretend the whole controversy was.
We're going after Melanie Mack as much as Jer now. By the way,
I'm not kidding.
We're going after Melanie Mack as much as Jer. Oh, and Hannah Claire can go After what her family went through, we were not only struck down on YouTube, he called his manager, got 2 channels removed, and now it's okay.
Well,
and a few weeks go by,
Andy,
and now
you're gonna be pissed.
I'm already so pissed.
Chrissie Mayr pretended she didn't know who you are. You know?
Are you?
She was like, Warska? Like she didn't know what your name was. Like she didn't know what Kingo Casino. You know, you've been on her show. You've been on her show how many times?
And we had Ralph, who's on Ralph's show, all this fucking shit. All right, Chrissie, you you.
Holy buddy.
We've talked like 6 times. Maybe she doesn't remember me. Fair enough. Was she a drug-addled dumb? Is that
she's so full of shit. Well, what it comes down to is she's upset that we pressed her when she was sweeping for Rekieta, which she was sweeping for Rekieta. All of these people do this because it's a sinister cabal. It's a shadowy grifter cabal of people who are untalented.
Red Bar was right. Red Bar was right about Chrissie Mayr. He was right. She stole presents. She acts like all innocent, but she supports, like, she'll backstab anyone. She will go to the lowest levels to anyone for her side.
She'll do anything for a fucking dollar. She'll defend anything. If she thinks there's an opportunity to suck a crumb of clout out of somebody's or a single fucking nickel or dime, she'll be down in her fucking hands and knees scrubbing and sucking until the fucking cows come home. That's what that is all about. And we know that from the Rekieta saga, where she thought there was still all of this money and all of these viewers being associated with Nick Rekieta, and it would all blow over. And if we just sweep it enough and we just defend it and deflect and pretend we don't know what's going on, it'll make it so Rekieta's daughter didn't test for cocaine, that he wasn't arrested with 26 grams, that he didn't engage in polycule activity where he allowed Aaron Imholt to his wife and they ate each other's cum and played naked Twister together and all this greasy shit. She's like, if I can make it out the other side, I can make a few dollars off of Nicholas Rekieta, until it became too big to sweep. Yeah. And then she had nothing to do with him. And it's the exact same situation here, where TheQuartering has bankrolled her for years. TheQuartering has been her biggest financial supporter and backer for years. God only knows how much he simped for Chrissie Mayr and Chrissie Mayr's House of fucking Harlots, because this is what Chrissie Mayr does. You know, in a similar way to how Jeremy Hambly is not the Jeffrey Epstein, but the Harvey Weinstein.
Well, you
the Harvey
know.
Weinstein of the right. To go back to Epstein, the sort of person Chrissie Mayr is like a Ghislaine fucking Maxwell.
Yeah.
Where she gathers in all of these to get grifted and passed around the right-wing scene. That's what this dirty does. She gathers all of these women. She distributes them around to the right-wing grifters like Hambly. She forgives their sins, being porn stars and engaging in BBC cuckold pornography, engaging in trans threesomes. And she tells us all on the conservative right that we have to worship this shit, simp for this shit, give money to these
religious, by the way, now. She's brand new, freshly religious.
You're not going to tell me that you're the real Christian and you're the real conservative when your entire business model is pimping out porn stars who engage in the most disgusting degeneracy known to man. One night, you have Bible time with Melanie Mack, where we're all being told about the righteousness of Jesus and the blood of the Lamb and traditional values and cooking and cleaning for your man. And then the next night, it's some blown out roasty porn star that's doing cuckold scenes and sucking black.
Her show's called, is it the Wet Spot or some shit? She has a show where she interviews porn stars, and Melanie Mack goes after us saying we're not Christian or whatever, we're not religious, yet goes on a show where the host has a show called The Wet Spot that's about having the dirtiest, by the way, not like OnlyFans models. I'm talking about like gang banged by blacks. Like the worst version of porn.
All I had to do was Google this person's name, Nikki Huntsman.
I don't want to.
And what came up was fucking shocking. But it's not really a shock. It's not really a surprise, since Scarlett Hampton also came from Chrissie's Academy of but she wasn't good enough. Chrissie said she loves Scarlett, doesn't have a problem with her eating men's on camera and drinking on camera and all the weird greasy shit she filmed, because it's all about women getting their bag and being empowered on the dime of the right wing, whatever. But she was like, she can't follow a simple topic list. Like, yeah, she's a dumb airheaded bimbo. All of you over there are. And I'm sick and tired of having to pretend like you're the gatekeeper. You're the one who decides who's conservative enough or who's Christian enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You just became fucking Catholic yesterday. Literally. And now you're going to tell us that Jeremy Hambly is a righteous Christian warrior for Christ while he's watching cuck porn on the timeline, inviting bulls into his house that participate in that lifestyle when he's a full-blown alcoholic, perpetual drunkard. We're not just talking about a couple beers on the weekend with your buddies or once in a while getting fucking blasted.
Head to the bar
this
once
guy,
in a blue moon.
Every single night is drunk,
Every
but
day.
he lies to his audience and tells them he quit drinking and then gets caught with the bottle of Fireball whiskey in his fucking hand. But we're the liars. We're the dishonest ones. Jeremy Hambly did no wrong. Chrissie Mayr immediately sides with Jeremy Hambly of the TheQuartering, even though for weeks, honestly, this issue has been settled. The consensus is already here. It's a feeding frenzy on Jeremy Hambly. Everybody is destroying this guy. In the court of public opinion, it's over. But there are still a slimy, greasy few members of a cabal who are willing, in exchange for clout and favors and cash, to defend even the most depraved degeneracy with one hand while holding the Bible high with the other. And they lie and they lie. And I'm sick and tired of this fucking shit. I'm not going to be lectured about the Bible by porn stars. It's insane. It's insane.
And this whole thing where we're mean, we're trolls. Like, listen, when the mean trolls are the actual ones who are righteous, right, and not lying, what does that make you? You're below a troll? What the is that? Like, is there even a word for that?
Actually, the truth is, they have no actual audience or viewers. That's why they have to behave in this parasitical, clout-chasing fashion where they simply exist off grifting off panels, going on everybody's shows. Oh, I'm on this show. I'm on this panel, contributing all, just being a waste of space, just hoping that some thirsty, desperate, horny simp will come along and go, oh, I'll buy the OF, or oh, I'll throw them a couple bucks and maybe I'll get in the Discord. And by the way, they outright admit to this fucking shit on the show. It was so shameful. But where Chrissie Mayr introduces Melanie Mack as no longer Miss Melanie Mack, but Mrs. Melanie Mack. And they have this big discussion about Chrissie's like, I'm surprised you went public with this because aren't you worried you're going to lose all of your financial support? And she's like, yeah, I lost a bunch of financial support. Thousands of people unsubscribed.
Trick Sims to you.
That's really what it is. If these women had a penis, they would be nowhere. They have no talent. They're not funny. They have nothing intelligent to say, nothing interesting to say, nothing original to say. You never listen to Chrissie Mayr and go, oh, gee, that's a good take. I never heard that one before. Melanie Mack, oh, gee, that's interesting. I didn't hear that before. That was interesting. That was insightful. It never happens. These people are talentless.
Even if you're friends with Jer, how hard is it to go, hang on, I heard what Quartering did to these guys, and I think it's terrible. I like Jeremy, and therefore I want to tell him, like, how
well,
hard
and people in the super chats were saying that shit. You can disagree with something your friend does and still be friends with them.
And talk to your friend behind the scenes and go, listen, you got to fix this. Like, you got to figure this out. Like, why do you have to lie for them?
But what they are is they're on the payroll. They're on the payroll.
But wouldn't Jer appreciate them being honest and not like cut their money off and be like, you know what, maybe you're right. Maybe I should.
Because the only reason they exist is to gratify his ego and his cooming antics and his desire to make women uncomfortable and creep on them. And they know what this is. These women have no desire whatsoever to actually make good content that people really want to engage with, or dare I say, go get a real fucking job and work in the real world.
Right.
Instead, when their looks run out, when they fucking crash into the wall, when shit hits the fan, they've overstayed their welcome. They're so desperate to cling on to this clout and this money and this fame that they whore themselves out to the lowest and most disgusting scum on the planet, man. They're just leeches. They add no value. Why do you think Chrissie Mayr got booted from the Cumia shit as soon as Gavin McInnes took it over?
Wait. What?
Remember?
No, I don't know that story.
They don't add any value. The whole situation shifted from guaranteed. They used to get guaranteed money over there.
Yeah.
And now they only get money now based on like the subscriptions that they actually bring in, and so it all dried up. It all dried up real quick. Gavin McInnes came in and fired each and every one of you talentless, slimy fucking leeches that bring no value to anything.
So Cumia and Gavin merged. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
So it's a Compound Media and Censored.tv. It's still censored, right?
These people are all fucking bums.
I didn't know about that last part. That's crazy.
Oh, well, eventually, what's going to happen here now? Because she's pissed me off so fucking... I'm going to go into all the lore of Chrissie Mayr. I'm going to bring it all back up to the light because her and her sweeping and her shielding. She made her choice last night. I don't believe she was actually legitimately ignorant about any of this.
No, of course not.
And the lies that she told about Brittany Venti just confirm it to me as a fact, where she claims that, I never saw on my phone. She's looking at her phone. She's looking at her phone as Brittany's trying to reach out to her. The entire chat, bring Venti on, bring Venti on, bring Venti on. Hundreds of people. And she's just pretending like it's not happening. Super chat after super chat. Bring Venti on.
What? She DM'd me while she was texting a Chrissie and goes, hey, Andy, look at this proof that I'm messaging her right now. Brittany showed me while that happened live.
I am so tired of this defense where people go, I don't know what's going on. What? What do you mean you don't know what's going on? He got us
banned off of YouTube. Come on. He needs to suffer.
Everybody knows what's going on. You're just pretending you don't know what's going on to sweep for Melanie. It's crazy. It really, really is.
Free Hannah Claire for a yap. Say, I can no longer support Hannah Claire. To be free, I'll be attending leadership camp tonight. Thank you so much. TSP cries.
She made her choice. She made her choice. And I'm tired of going easy on these because honestly, they are talentless bums. They provide no entertainment value. They provide no viewership. They draw nothing. They are simply leeches leeching blood out of a fucking simp. And in a way, it's based when it's such a cucked simp as Jer that they steal his money. But what Chrissie Mayr did last night was beyond the pale. It was actually fucking sickening. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I watched it myself. And now I'm fucking pissed. Like, I'm pissed. It was crazy. It really was.
I've seen clips.
Burn the witch. Burn the witch. The witch hunts are on, buddy.
Mhm.
You can't hold the Bible in one hand and porn stars up in the other hand. That's not how this shit fucking works.
Yeah.
At all.
Oh, yeah.
At all.
Ringer
They've had
243.
every chance in the world to repent. There is no longer any defense of ignorance. The whole world knows what's
lagging
going
bad?
on.